Welcome to Lucky Cooking. I'm Lucky, and today we're going to make one of my favorite desserts. It's a dish known as mango sticky rice. It originates from Thailand, and is a fusion of sweet and salty flavors that one will never forget the taste of. The key ingredients for this is the Thai mango, which is known for being narrow and yellow, coconut milk, sugar, salt, and sticky rice, which we have soaking here. What you're going to need for this dish is just some measuring spoons, a measuring cup for your coconut milk, a pot to soak your rice in, such as this, and lastly, a special Thai steamer, which you can find at your local Asian specialty market, such as H Mart. Next, we'd like to go through the process of making this dish. First off, you need to get your sticky rice, also known as glutinous rice, and place it in a steamer as so. And you want to place it so it's completely submerged in water so it can saturate for a prolonged period of time. Now, you can saturate it for up to 1 hour to maybe 6-7 hours. It's really up to your personal preference. I did mine for about 4 hours, and so I think that's about good. So, we're going to put the rice in the steamer. And you want to make sure that the rice and the steamer itself is above the water. Just that way it doesn't get wet and that all steam can come up properly and steam the rice. Next, we're going to move on to making the base sauce for this. Now, since I'm using 1.5 cup of rice, you want to use about 1.5 cup coconut milk, so as we have here. And then you just got to add that in. Then you use about 3/4 tablespoonful of salt, teaspoonful of salt. Throw that in. 4 tablespoons full of sugar. And then you're just going to put that on the stove, light it, and stir until it's dissolved. If you don't stir, coconut milk will curdle, which that's going to ruin anyone's day. So you just want to stir it until everything's dissolved in it, including the sugar and salt. Just a few minutes of stirring, and you should be good. Alright, now we're going to start on the topping sauce. What I want to use for this is 3/4 cups of coconut milk. So simply add that in here. Now you want 3/8 of salt, which is a little less than half a teaspoon of salt. And then you want 4 teaspoons of sugar. Now your rice should almost be done steaming. That's been on for about 10 to 15 minutes. That's about a good time for it. Now you simply put this sauce on, just like the other. You want to set it and stir. Now I'm just going to stir this. And now for this, you can go with some rice starch. But I don't really have it on hand. It doesn't really do anything to it. So I mean, just simply stir, and you want to thicken a bit more because this is gonna, be the topping. So it has to be distinct. This really smells delicious. I wish you guys could smell this. And now it's almost done thickening, so I'm simply gonna turn off the flame. And I'm gonna let this cool right here. And now we're gonna move on to the next step. Welcome back. Now the rice is about done, so we're going to take this and then we're just going to put it into a shallow bowl or container. Let that come out. And I just want to take a spoon, just mix it around, make sure it's down the bottom, cover it completely. And then we're going to move on to our next step. So you can just leave this right here. And now we're going to take the first sauce we made, which was, as you remember, a bit thinner than the other one. And I just want to simply add half of this just to the rice. You want to saturate the rice. You just want to make sure it gets all in there, because this is very important for the rice. This helps add the flavor, helps add the certain texture that sticky rice has that really makes it different. And that's about it. I just want to stir. Make sure it all gets in there. Not all mangoes are created equal. I have to say the Thai mango, it brings a very certain unique flavor to the game. It's very sweet and has very nice texture to it. That's why I especially love this dish, because the fusion of this salty rice, with this sticky texture, and then with this, sweet mango here, with this very delicate, easy texture to go with. It's an amazing combination and fusion. It really exemplifies Thai cuisine, which is an unusual contrast considering the majority of Thai food is actually very spicy food. I'm part Indian, and even I can't help but jerk a tear occasionally at the Thai's medium spicy food. So I mean, it's a nice contrast, and it's a great dessert to follow up any meal at any occasion. So now we're just simply stir.
Well,
I've stirred up my rice now for about 10 minutes, so I'd say it's about good enough. I'm going to leave it here now for 5 minutes just to saturate in all the milk. And so now I'm going to move on to the mango. As I mentioned earlier, one of my favorite parts about this. So here we have a peeled one, and now I'm just going to proceed to cut it. Just want nice long cuts. And that should be good. Then you can simply cut it downwards. Just a small piece that you can add on to the food. I'm just going to get on with this. Please come back. So, as you can see, I've got my mango cut into nice bite-sized pieces, all ready for the dessert. Which reminds me, it looks like this has set properly, and it's time to serve it up. So I'm going to grab my little favorite bowl here, and give myself a nice little corner of this. Now the amount I use, about 1.5 cups of rice. That'll serve up to about 6 people, so I mean, good amount. I'm giving myself a little generous portion since it's only me tonight. And I will throw on some mango slices. Just want to put a few on the side. Of course, me, I love a lot, so I'm just going to take a good number here. Just load them on real good. And now, the resistance, the thick sauce, which we made earlier. As you know, this had a lot more to it. The wait's finally over, and now it's time to dig in. I'm starving, and this looks just right. The saltiness of the sauce and the rice, the sweetness of the mango, flavor combination that can't be beat. Well, I've certainly had a great time. I hope you guys have had one also. So please join us again with Cooking with Fluffy. Goodbye. I like my little flavor combination.